do I fix mixers as well? Of course I do. Here at Mr. Mixer, we fix thousands of mixers every year. We routinely have hundreds of mixers in our queue. We receive like a dozen mixers a day, and we ship out just as many. That pile was pretty small because we're still in the process of packing them out. In fact, you know what? Let's fix one right now. This machine was just brought in by my friends Nick and Crystal. Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble. Yeah, I'm gonna guess, yeah, it's missing a foot. We'll fix that. Last weekend, Crystal told me she really likes my videos, so let's include her in one. Oh, Crystal, you dirty girl, you. I love getting machines that have signs of baking debris because, well, it shows they've been well used and well loved. All right, enough pageantry. Let's fix it. We're gonna pop off this back cap. It's just one screw, and that's gonna allow us to remove this beauty band. There is almost always debris hiding behind it. 4 screws on the body, 2 here and 2 on the other side in the exact same spots. Let's remove those. Now with all of those screws out, this head can just pull off the machine just like that. Now this is what the inside looks like. Let's take a listen real quick. Sounds a little crunchy, but not too bad. We need to remove this transmission cover. 1, 2, 3, and 4 screws. With those screws out, we can go ahead and just remove this transmission cover. Look at all that old grease. Now with as much use as I know this thing has had, the gears are actually surprisingly in a really good condition. A lot of times you see these gears that have a lot of wear. Now if you're tearing a mixer down to re-grease or repair and you see wear on any of the components, it is best to replace. We got the worm gear here. This is a floating gear. We can just go ahead and pull that out of place. If we take a towel and get a nice firm grip on this shaft, we can scoop the goop. And upon doing so, we're going to find a snap ring right here. We go ahead and remove that, which will allow for the removal of the bevel gear. And there's a pin that sits underneath that gear. We can just poke it out and then just go ahead and remove it. Then we can have a nice quick bang sesh, which will allow us to remove this planetary. It was pretty hard to remove. If you take a look, that shaft is leaning a little bit to the left. And that's because there is no pin that holds this shaft into place. It's just pressed down into there. It started to lose its pressing. And eventually this whole disc portion right here will just fall away from the shaft. If the planetary is hard to get on or off, it's best to replace it. And then lastly, the worm follower gear, we can just go ahead and pluck that out of place. But take a look here. Half of this gearbox is dry, and also if we look on the underside here, this ring gear is also pretty dry. That was allowing for a lot more friction on those gears, which kind of made that gross sound. Now for the fun part, let's get to scooping out some of this old grease. Take a look down here. We got a bunch of oil down there that's separated. We'll go ahead and give that the old Q-tip dip to soak all of that up. Yum. With all the gears out, I do like to take a listen to how the motor sounds. You hear that oscillation? Sounds like the beluga from Finding Dory. Woo, 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 woo. That's an indication that the motor really isn't doing too well, so we're just going to rebuild the whole thing for it. It's just super easy. You can do this at home. We have a kit for it. We'll remove these 2 screws right here, which allows us to remove this speedboard. Now we just need to unplug all of these clips. Spin that baby around. We got to hit it from the back. There are 2 screws, 1 here and 1 right there. Let's remove those to remove the motor. With the 2 screws out, this motor just pulls right out of place. Swoop! Yep, I've done that a time or 2. Let's go ahead and get all of this crust cleaned up real quick. I don't know who needs to hear this, but keep wiping until it's clean, please. Don't want any crusties falling out. All right, let's put it back together. New motor. We'll just go ahead and drop that into place. A shiny new speedboard. Let's go ahead and drop that into place and screw that down as well. We'll get all of our clips reinstalled here. Our rebuild tutorial walks you through all of this. Now install some brand new grease, making sure it's fully coated because we do it better than factory. Followed by installing a brand new planetary and brand new gears. Take a look at how well this new planetary slides up and down. In comparison with the old one that's bent, you see we meet a ton of resistance right there. It should be easy. Ooh, I almost forgot. We want to lube up the undercarriage. Once we are lubed up, we can go ahead and just slide it on in. We'll pop our pin into place, on our hub gear, and then secure it with our snap ring. And then lube those babies up. Oh, she's looking real nice. Now we need to just drop in our worm gear here. And then lube that baby up as well. Friction is our enemy. With the new gasket in place, let's go ahead and put on our transmission housing. We are at a great point where we can just go ahead and give it a listen, and oh, she sounds beautiful. And just like every machine that we work on, we're going to give this baby a deep clean. It sounds new. We want it to look new too. Now, as I was cleaning this base here, I found some rust rot. Take a look at that. So you can see how that's bubbled up and rusted right there. Now that is caused by impurities when they clean this metal before they run it through the powder coating process. There was some contamination, caused it to just bubble up and rust. So I'm going to turn the machine upside down. I'm going to remove these 3 screws right here, which will allow me to remove this base. And as a courtesy, I replaced it with one that I had laying around. Now, you probably wouldn't know it unless I told you, but this is actually a different color, but you can barely tell. What do you want? It's free. Plus, I'm certain Crystal won't care. But just in case, I won't tell her if you won't. Also, as a courtesy, we're going to hook her up with one of our quick install spring and washers. As they make a huge difference, we'll just slide this spring up into place, split that spring like a key ring, get it over this pin, and then just twist it up into place. And then we will do the exact same thing with that washer. Apply just a little bit of upward pressure, and just like that, you have a brand new spring and washer. Super easy. Every machine should have one of these. If you don't, you can get one of those in the link below. And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, we have a brand new mixer. If you're interested in doing something like this to your machine, we have a million tutorials. Check them out.